Hey everyone, this is Brad again, bringing you another replay on Shadow Temple. Alright, it's a TvP between 19 and SCD Pride, both grandmaster, both good players. Anyway, the build that I'm going to introduce you today will be the 1-1-1 build that's slightly different from the most 1-1-1 builds that you get from the Koreans. Just essentially, this is the build. There's no expansion behind it, so it's not like this is like all in. The Korean 1-1-1 is like all-in, but you can expand behind it, but sometimes. But essentially, you're gonna have one Raven, 4 Banshees, a handful of Marines, and essentially 95% of your SCVs. Alright, build order, 10 supply, 12 racks, normal, 13 refinery. Once that refinery starts going up, that's when I scout. Alright, since this is MOG, I always scout other position because close spawns. Alright, so he found me with his first try. Good stuff. Alright, since that's the case, I build my first Marine and then I build a supply. If he didn't scout me first, I would build supply and then a Marine. So after 2 Marines, you're gonna lay down a factory. And he took my gas, so it's going to delay me just a little bit, but not too much. But that's 100 mineral, or 75 minerals that he just wasted for no reason. Alright, after you build 2 Marines, like I said again, you're going to put up your factory. Once the factory gets up, you're going to get the reactor, okay? You're going to stop building Marines for a little bit, but you're going to put down a bunker, just in case if that stalker pokes up, which they usually do. And if a stalker pokes up when there's 2 Marines, the stalker usually wins. Or they soften your Marines up pretty hard. Build your first Hellion when the factory is finished. As soon as the factory is finished, you want to drop down a starport too as well. Usually, when you start your factory, you should take your second gas, but since he stole my gas, so that's why I'm losing roughly around at least 100 gas. So it's going to delay me just a little bit, but not too much. 1 Hellion, that's it. You're going to lift your factory as a scouting tool, okay? This Hellion's purpose is just to scout, see what's up. So I scout and I see a robo and I see 3. So I just think 3 get a robo. Pretty normal. Harass what I can with this little Hellion of mine. I didn't kill a single SV, I don't think. But my Hellion did live. Or nope, it died. I lied. Anyway, once you get the first starport, you're going to tech lab it as soon as you can, okay? Drop down your second barracks. And essentially, 1 more starport when you have the second 100 gas. Because now I'm going to produce my first Banshees, just to harass, see what's up, and constant produce of Marines, and also supplies, not to get supply block. Tech lab on both. Raven. So 1 Banshees to harass. After that, build your first Raven and continue to produce Banshees. Once you have 4 Banshees, a lot of Marines, you're going to attack. So I harass what I can with my little Banshees. Oh, I scouted the Twilight Council, so I'm like, okay, cool. I saw a lot of stalkers, saw Twilight. It's definitely Blink stalkers. And it would make sense that he's chronoing that out, has that much amount of stalkers, and getting charged. So I knew Blink was coming my way, so I got my Marines all prepared. And here he goes. He blinks up. Do a little damage, lost a few stalkers, I lost a lot of Marines, he injured a lot of my Marines, so I'm still continuing to produce stuff, and now he's being a nuisance. He's just attacking my reactors, my supplies away, and I essentially just got fed up with it. I couldn't handle it no more, so I just decided, you know what, you want to be a total dick about it? I'm going to send all my SCVs. So here I go, guys. I have 5 Banshees, and here I go. While this is what I call a base trade. So while he's plundering my whole army, or the rest of my SCVs here, and pretty much all my buildings, I'm going for his main. Alright, so here I go for his main, yada yada yada, clickety click, kill everything. Luckily for me, I had enough minerals to build a command center. But I didn't build a command center. I wasted all my minerals on repairing. So here he goes back. He's broke too. He doesn't have anything. All he has is this and this assimilator that's right there. I don't know how much that's going to help. Alright, he attacks with the SCVs. I laid down a PDD. He's forced to retreat. So now you look at the unit tab. He has 18 stalkers, to my 21 Marines, 4 Banshee, and a Raven, and a handful of SCVs. 35 to my name. I'm 30 supply ahead of him. So here, just pretty much kiting, go back and forth. He's running. He does his little micro mumbo jumbo, trying to be like MC. And I lay down my first bunker because I figured now I have to be in a defensive posture because I can't do this forever. So now I have my bunker up, and pretty much for the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, I'm just sitting right here, just waiting for him to attack me. Okay, so it doesn't happen. I'm plundering his stuff while trying to protect my little front ramp. So now he's down to 17 stalkers, and there he goes. And it just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it just goes on forever. Look how ridiculous this is. And it's to the point where, like, after 3 minutes, if you don't do anything, then it's a stalemate. But it's not a stalemate as long as you do a spell cast, which I did. I just kept laying down PDs every 100 seconds. And pretty much I tack, and it just goes on and on forever. And then eventually, if we drag this long enough, well, we're gonna skip through it X8 times. And if you look at this, this is literally what we did for the next 20 minutes. We just went back and forth, and I just look how ridiculous this looks. This is just ridiculous. Anyway, 18 stalkers went down to 13 stalkers, and it just goes back and forth, and then I started being brilliant, right? So I started using like a single SCV to attack this destructible rocks. Once the destructible rocks, I would just slowly turtle all my way this way, and then eventually I'll win. But now he's down to 9 stalkers, and I have 3 SCVs and a Banshee, or 3 Banshees and a Raven. So pretty much he's dead, but I really don't know how much stalkers he has. That's why I was really sketchy if I should leave the base or not. And look, he killed all my SCVs, so now I'm left with 14 Marines. This engagement I should win anyway, but I was just too paranoid. Because I knew I would win in the long run if I just slowly did it. You know? And here it goes, back and forth. And this game, what has become into one base, became into a ridiculous... This game was just ridiculous. And eventually he just left because he couldn't handle it anymore. Plus there was no way for him to win. He only had 6 stalkers and I had 14 Marines. Raven. 3 Banshees. They're injured, but this is all he has left. And the game is pretty much over. I hope you guys enjoy the replay, so thank you, and I'm out.